All right, let's get you insight now from Marc Frings. He is director of the Konrad-Adenauer Foundation in Ramallah. All right, a very good evening. What was he thinking? What prompted this rant?
Well, besides the what, we can also talk about the who. It was himself. It was President Abbas who insisted that he wanted to have this passage in this 2 hours long speech. I know from PLO officials that his direct environment warned him not to speak about this aspect and his perspective on European history, but he wanted to convey this message. My understanding or my thinking is that it was maybe to convince Palestinians to support him again, because supportive rates are quite low currently. Besides that, one also has to take into consideration the speech took place in the frame of the Palestinian National Council's meeting, a PLO body that is meant to renew the political strategy of his leadership. So I think it was part of a broader story that he wanted to convey to his people.
Right, but it's still very difficult to comprehend why he chose to do this. Can you talk to us a little bit about what his current position is in Palestinian politics?
Well, it's, of course, without saying that the statement he has made is unacceptable. It has to be condemned, and I think the Europeans did so a few minutes ago. When it comes to his internal position, we have to differentiate. On the one hand, people in Palestine are no longer behind him. 2/3 constantly demand him to resign. They want to have a new leadership, in who they trust and who can make a political, economic and social difference. On the other hand, if you focus on the international level, then we also have to see that for us as the international community, he was always, for the past decades, ever since he embarked into politics, a very important key actor, because he represented the negotiations, the Oslo Accord, recognition of Israel, peaceful strategies to find an exit strategy for the current impasse. All of this is now questioned, and it brings me back to what I said in the beginning. The majority is not behind this president, and he has a very weak positioning.
Right, but he's still clinging on to power nevertheless. Clearly, this won't endear him to his Israeli counterparts. Prime Minister Netanyahu seizing on this rant. Has he become a liability? What does this mean for whatever is left of the peace process?
Well, I think it was not a game changer, what we had to observe Monday night. We have to see the full picture. In Israel, the situation in the Palestinian territories is not playing a big role. And, you know, at the same time, while Abbas was giving the speech, Benjamin Netanyahu was talking about Iran and potential threats coming from Tehran. So this is the security narrative that's taking place in Israel. While on the Palestinian side, as I described earlier, there's a leadership in which people do no longer trust. So I would say that the peace process, if you ask the people, especially in the Palestinian territories, has died many years ago. There's no political hope in the two-state solution, actually neither on the Palestinian side nor in the Jewish-Israeli community. So it will be very difficult to renew this, but I don't think that the speech with these unacceptable passages will contribute to this downhill direction that the peace process can be going to.
Director of the Konrad-Adenauer Foundation in Ramallah, Marc Frings, thank you for sharing your insights with us.
Thanks for having me.